Everybody a little bit older. Everybody like 25 to 35, bro. So it ain't no, you feel me?
Everybody knees cracking.
I mean, it's a little of that, you know what I'm saying? It's some gray hairs on the beards and stuff already. But it, man,
My mom got gray hair.
Dude's got like 3 kids, 3, 4 kids.
That'll do it. That'll definitely do it. I'm trying to find a football.
Everybody know how to control their emotions. Ain't no fights for real. Ain't nobody trying to catch nobody in the parking lot. You know what I'm saying?
Can't mess with young kids no more.
I'm saying, look, you go play at the park, like anything goes, bro. So it's cool to have a little, you feel me, indoor. We can chill. Everybody know how to act.
I stopped going to rec center a long time ago.
Nah, everybody a little older, bro. Everybody got something to lose. Then don't nobody want to mess it up for everybody. You know?
Yeah, I stopped going to rec center a long time ago back home. It was like 2 seasons. I'm like, nah, I'm not trying to fight.
You got 2 minutes really much work out.
No, hold on, Justice. Do you got a number to reach them on?
To reach Regina?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you see what she at?
I messaged her. She's track on.
I think it's called the Adams Park Rec Center.
Call 866-447-3344.
That's right. Call Secure Home and Automation today at 866-447-3344 and take control of your safety. That's 866-447-3344.
Plus.
Damn, I meant one.
Oh.
Attorney Flanagan has settled millions of dollars in cases for car crashes, truck cases, smoking falls, medical malpractice, police misconduct, and more. No one wants to be injured, but if you are, make the best of it. Call Chicago's #1 accident attorney, concentrating on
coming back, man.
wrongful death or medical malpractice. Flanagan Injury Law Group. We are here to help.
I'm trying to bring the Island Girl back.
And dedicated to giving you truth, service, and justice. Call us at 773-789-8LAW or contact us online at
Bless on.
FlanaganInjury.com. Flanagan Injury Law Group. We work for you.
Hey, it's your girl Money
That sound
Mika.
like anytime
Life
soon.
is full of uncertainty.
Like, what's
But
my
your
Island
family's future does not.
Well, isn't she lovely?
What's going on, y'all? If you or anyone you know is uninsured, underinsured, or you just need
She
a free
here.
assessment of your life insurance
Parking
and
on Lake and
investment
Dearborn.
plan,
5 minutes away.
Yeah.
Rashida,
Yeah.
you did. What's going on? Oh, your hair looks great.
Well, thank you. I like your hat.
Again, that's 815-277-6772.
What'd you think it was?
I don't know. I'm like, is that like the, the chair y'all used to sit in? Yeah, wicker, right? Well, we didn't have a story because we had 2 guests. So
Well, we got to. Oh, well, we can get a story.
I know.
Look at Pam. She's so great. That's funny.
Crying
Okay.
all night long.
What's going on, y'all? What's happening? I got a great topic for you. And it's going to be, I say it's great because it's going to be cathartic for me for when you all answer the question. So I'm going to let a few more people come in. What's up, Andre? I'm going to let a few more people come in and then we're going to talk about this topic.
Wait.
I'm waiting for more people to come in. I don't want to. Well, I can repeat it because I normally do repeat it. So you're right. So listen, guys. Let me ask you this: if you now families have disagreements all the time, right? But let's just say you have a disagreement in the family, and you're talking to the person through the disagreement, or you don't even talk to the person about the disagreement anymore. You just moved on, and then the next thing you know, 3 years later, you get sued. Sued. What do you do? By your family. Oh, family definitely can sue each other. How do you handle that? Do you cut them off? Do you forgive and move
I
forward?
know how you would handle it,
How?
which is always so crazy to me.
What?
You move on.
Move on with what?
If somebody in your family would sue you, you just.
I hope I catch you.
I'm gonna counter sue.
You gonna counter sue?
I'm gonna counter sue.
Well, I want to hear from you guys. These are good. These are all good resorts. Like, what do you
Counter sue for emotional distress?
It matters what time
I
of
don't
year.
even know.
That stumped you?
What am I being sued for?
I don't got enough money to be sued.
It has nothing to do with you don't got enough money. You know, you can file a suit. If anybody can sue anybody for anything, right? So my question to you guys is, how is the relationship severed? Is it over? What do you do? If you're a Christian, and everyone that I know that's in my immediate circle is a Christian, you're supposed to forgive 70 times 7.
You can also you can forgive, but I don't mean I gotta interact with you.
That's true.
I can forgive you.
I truly don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
I really want you to think about it.
I wouldn't want that person.
And the question, Marcel, was not what I do.
I
The
know.
question was, what would you do? Because you said, I know what you would do.
I don't think nobody in my family is suing.
You don't think that.
Yeah, you don't
that
think
was
it, but it
The
will.
only person that's even smart enough is like my sister.
Well, you know what? That was so bogus.
That was horrible.
That was terrible. I hope ain't none of your family on my.
Got a problem, they fight. You know what I'm saying? Suing is crazy.
Suing is nuts.
Suing, we throwing hands, bro. It's
That
that
would be
suing is like.
If I'm getting sued, I don't even know. Like,
That means I gotta
first step.
spend
I don't
money
even
to
know
get
what the
that
first
shit.
step
Yeah,
is.
bro.
What do I do? I don't know.
That's what I'm. So I just made the comment, and then he said, "That's what everybody in my family would say too." I don't know who to
What do
call.
I do? Who do I
We
call?
finna go
What
pull
do
up. We finna go see y'all.
My family's so petty, like they might just get to the soup.
I don't know.
I'm like, bring the notice and rip it up in front of their face. I don't know.
Nah,
But that's not gonna make the suit go away.
I got family members that have shot each other, bro. They not suing each other, bro. They'll shoot each other before they sue each other, bro.
Well, you can sue for that.
It might be retaliation.
You know, y'all some rough guys. They talk about their family.
Jarrell said
petty.
something very, very important.
That his family ain't that smart.
Right. But listen, why
That
is
makes
that
it
important?
worse.
No, but why is that important? Because a lot of times your family is not that smart. But then they talk to other people and
That
they smarten
influence
them up.
them.
What if the people they talk to ain't that smart?
No.
And that was makes it stupid. But here's the deal. You listen to somebody slow to give you bad advice to go sue your family, and you do it because they think they're giving you good advice. You think they're giving you good advice.
Mhm.
I'll go ChatGPT and see what to do. So that's my best answer. I don't know.
Ask ChatGPT, what do you do?
You gotta ask ChatGPT, bro.
ChatGPT don't understand your
Right.
Like, they don't know what we
You gotta
But-
prompt it. You gotta explain everything.
Zoe
You
said
gotta
if you
prompt
sue
it.
me, she's suing right back.
Did y'all not see the Sinners movie? I don't know what
Emotional
type of family
distress.
I'm dealing with. Like, do you not see these people?
Well, Zoe, that's what Justice
I'm
says
trying to
too.
tell you what. Nobody about to sue you. They finna go grab that Mossberg.
They're gonna grab the what?
That Mossberg. And I'll make it demands. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We got 30 seconds, y'all. Y'all good?
Mm-mm.
Y'all think I was playing? I really got family members that have shot each other, bro.
You got a family that's what?
Family members that have shot
Your
each
granddaddy
other.
got 4 families. You got family that ain't
My
that
granddaddy
smart.
shot.
You said you got family members that have shot somebody?
Shot other family members.
Me too.
And that, like, they'll shoot each other before they sue each other.
I cannot. I'm almost choked on.
I'm
I
saying,
almost choked.
10 seconds, y'all. Y'all good in the raw?
I don't got no in the rock. Oh, let's make that there.
Let's go.
Okay, because I'm like,
All right, we going in, y'all.
We're in the Raw with Tamara Fair on the Brunch Bunch.
So this may or may not be something that you resonate with, but I just want to throw it out there. And we're going to take callers today because you guys are probably the best in the business of giving good advice. Many of you have gone through similar situations. So today is not necessarily a news story. It is an emotional story. Let's just set the pace, right? So you have a family, and every one of us typically has a family.
everybody.
Not necessarily. I said everybody typically has a family. There are people that do not have any family members because they've either died off or they were adopted and they have never been able to find their original family. So
But they
after
still
they got
have
out of
something.
foster
They got
family,
family.
they got some kind of family,
Yeah, they
right?
still got family.
Well, let's say you have a disagreement of some sort and it's monetary. And in this scenario, it was a monetary disagreement and there was a court case, right? And so then the court case was settled and the court case gave a monetary decision as to how much should be paid, which was in the amount of $518. So over the course of 4 years.
Wait a minute. Okay. I just want to make sure we all understand it.
Okay.
So a family member, cousin A and cousin B.
Could be cousin, could be
I'm
anybody.
just gonna say, but I'm just using that.
Okay.
Cousin A gave cousin B $500. No, I'm sure 18 was some court costs or something. You know, gave cousin B 500. Cousin B never paid cousin A back, so cousin A sued cousin B, and they went to court and won. Cousin A won, got their 500 plus $18 for distress, and you want to know, should cousin B be upset that cousin A sued them?
Now, see, this is why it's so important to listen, because that is absolutely not the case in this scenario. But like I said, this could be any situation. I'm just using this as an example, right? So to use your specimens, cousin A sued cousin B for $27,000. And cousin B and cousin A went to court, and the court awarded cousin A $518, which cousin A paid. And then 4 years later, cousin A sued again because cousin A said that he or she did not get the $518. And now, because 4 years have passed, 2% penalties and interest adds up to $7,800. What would you do in a situation where this is your family and they sued you?
Here I go playing. You should have paid.
They did pay.
I thought they didn't get the 518.
They did get the 518.
So, but what
they can prove it.
What they suing for now then? Oh, they lying saying they didn't get it.
Either that or they withheld cashing the payment amount so that they could actually come back and countersue again after a period of time, so they could get the percentages and the penalties.
Did the check come directly from the court or was it mailed? I need to know those things.
This is important.
That is important because I've gone through mail months later and was like, this check been here for 3 months, and I just didn't know.
Oh, they got it delivered, served and proven that it was served.
Oh, well, they have no grounds to stand on.
I get that, but that was not the question.
What would you do if they sued?
This is a scenario situation, right? And it's in the raw, because these are things that happen in families all the time. I'm going to tell you, when I first went into business, this is totally separate. When I first went into business, my aunt gave me a loan of a certain amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know how business is. 1, 2, 3 years pass. You still don't have the ability to pay it back. My aunt sued me, but my aunt's white, so that works.
But you know what? That's why I may be a little different, right? And I swear it's funny that you talk about this, because I swear I had a conversation like this on my way here, but it wasn't about being sued, and it was just like, and the gentleman, I'm working on some business stuff, he said, Action Jackson, borrow more from me. And I'm like, why would I borrow more and I don't need more? He's like, no, you just go hard. And I'm like, well, no, I don't want to go hard and then you sue me because I can't deliver on going hard right now. I know what I can deliver on, and that's what I'm going to take if I decide to take it from you.
Right.
And he was still trying to convince me to take more. And I'm like, what's wrong with this guy? But then it'll end up like that. But everybody's not. I don't know. You take loans, you don't pay them back. It makes it worse when you don't have conversations. But if I took a loan and I couldn't pay it back and a family member sued me, I wouldn't be upset.
You wouldn't? Okay.
I wouldn't be upset because it's like.
But the part B, there's a part B that I think, how do you show up for that family member now? Like, do you distance yourself? Do you continue to go to barbecues?
Well, you go to barbecues, but if they call like, I need you to come do this, it's like, nah, bro, we could have settled this out of court, but you sued me, fine. I gotta quote unquote pay you back or do whatever, but I ain't gonna be coming to sit on the couch and play spades with you for game night or something, sitting in the garage. Now, if it's a family Thanksgiving barbecue, we pulling up. Like,
Staying
ain't
in your
nothing
lane
wrong.
says the moral. Stop giving family money.
Yeah. Well, but we don't want to say that either, because that's an issue in our community. We don't give to each other. And, you look up and we talk about the Latino community. They say, well, that building went on the market one day. Then the next day they bought it cash. Yeah, because they pooled their resources together and bought the building. And we're prepared. But then we saying, well, I ain't giving my cousin this, I ain't doing that. And we don't have faith in each other. So I don't think the moral stay in your lane is not to give family money. It's to do it the right way and document it and legally.
And that was
get
documented.
And that's why they were able to sue, because it was all documented.
Well,
or be sued because whoever loaned the money had it documented.
No, remember when I first said this, and I don't know if I said this online or offline, you can sue anybody for anything. It doesn't matter. It could be documented or undocumented.
Right.
It's up to you to prove in your day of court. It's up to you to prove it. So Inglewood Tanya said, cousin, clean off.
But I watched. Unfortunately, I hate to even say this, but I watched enough of like Judge Judy when I was younger, and a lot of these
Judy or Judge Judy?
Judge Judy. But a lot of these cases, when you don't have proof, it's not a lot to stand on. So I can't just go sue Adam right now and say he owed me $1 million. I gotta have some type of proof, some text messages, a bank statement showing he gave me the money.
That's not true, Marcel. You can file a motion to sue anybody for any reason. That's why I said when you go into the court, that's when you prove it up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You could do it, but it won't have any ground. It won't stand on anything.
But you know what it stands on? It stands on the fact that you didn't have enough faith in me to have a conversation.
That's
as
the problem.
Opposed to the first notice that I get of it is a motion or a lawsuit. That is the actual conversation that we are having.
I give you a prime example.
How do you show up for that?
I give you a prime example. If Tamara loaned me some money and I failed to pay her back and I didn't talk to her, give an explanation, and I just act like I didn't owe her money, and then I one day get a lawsuit in the mail, I'm going to still show up every day. Because you know what? It's my fault. I'm going to still be here. She right. I'm wrong because I didn't never say, give me more time. And that's the issue, communication. Because most people, when you owe them money, if you just communicate with them and tell them, hey, I need a little more time, they're a little bit better.
Did he miss the part when it said, when this whole scenario said that the person had been paid? Did he miss that?
Well, I did, but I'm saying,
you did miss it?
No, I'm confused about it because how they suing you again if they got paid? That don't make sense to me. And then you said interest, and I'm like, well, that
the court already paid. They already got
so
paid.
the court has proof. So that should have been. Maybe this is the wackiest courtroom ever because they should have documents that they sent the check out and it was paid.
Won't they just look stupid in court?
That's what I'm thinking. Tina said I wouldn't be mad if I didn't pay them back when I said it and they sued me. Your word used to be your bond. That's right. Everybody don't want to be held accountable, and I understand that. But if a family member maliciously sues me, and I guess this is the point, and they got the check, they knew they were paid, and they just coming back to just...
I think I'm going to run around that studio. You finally get it.
And they just come back to waste my time with this bogus court case. Then I'm a little more mad, but I'm still gonna show up to Thanksgiving.
How do you show
up to Thanksgiving?
Okay, that's good because as we said earlier, the Bible says that you are supposed to forgive 70 times 7. And though you can forgive,
don't forget.
I'm not saying don't forget. You won't forget because that's indelibly marked into your family annals as of whenever that happened. But do you hug? Do you continue to, if they got kids, you're going to keep watching their kids? I mean,
no. Unless they explicitly come and apologize. Because it just came to me. I had I'll never forget. Look, Jarrell got something to say. But I'm going to get this real point real quick. I had a very close family member. I'll never forget. I was on my way out of town and my account was wiped out. Like I promise, you know what they call it, crack.
You spent it or you?
No, they cracked my card.
Okay.
But I'm like, how did somebody get my card info? Blah, blah, blah. But I'm like you sometimes. I started looking, and because I know local businesses, I went to the gas station. I'm like, let me see the tape. And when I saw the tape, I said, oh, that is my family. I said, I cannot believe that. But guess what? Fast forward 7 years later, we hugged, we talked. I still loan money, and I could have been like, and I always bring it up from time to time, like, I could not be talking to you because of what you did. But this person apologized, and I chucked it up to ignorance, youthfulness, and the Holy Ghost. Because if I didn't have it.
Well, yeah, that's true. Because if you didn't have that element. But your question is what?
I was just going to say, if you loan one of your family members money and they didn't pay you back, would you loan another family member money?
He loaned that same family member money.
Yeah.
Remember?
I was gonna say you asked the question.
Yeah. So I would. And you know what? I got nothing. Well, maybe I'm just crazy, Tammy. I don't know. Now that I think about it, I got nothing. One of my great interns went on to start a business, and I invested in this business up front. And of course, the business didn't do that great. and he didn't pay me all the money back. And recently, he asked for more money, not for that business, and I gave it to him.
Okay.
You know, because it was like, I understand when I give it,
it's coming back from someplace else.
You're right. I can't. Sometimes you got to have that mindset. If I'm giving it, just don't expect it right back. But you know what? We're expecting right back a great guest after we get done with this Throwback Thursday movie.
Family first, though, y'all.
Family
first.
FOE. Look, wait. That's family over everything. Why you be acting so? You know, I don't know what's wrong with this guy. All right, well, you rock with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. I need therapy because maybe I'm nuts.
Absolutely not.
I can't even at the right time you giving away money to business.
That's what I said. No consequences.
He didn't even say he charged them interest.
Bro, and then I can get another one after I don't pay it back. Oh, come on, bro.
You better than the bank.
I'm trying to tell you.
So Tanya said, so you got 488 more times to forgive this person.
Right.
But I think you need to be smart in a situation like that. I don't think you need to put yourself in a situation where you have to be continually forgiving.
Right. Yeah, you don't let it happen to you over and over. So when that person did the stealing, I had to forgive them, and then I loaned the money years later because we family, right? But I forgave them for that deed. But if it happens again, it's gonna be smoke at Thanksgiving.
No, it's not, because you open the door. You open the door for smoke to start smoking.
No, you know what? I am
the house on fire.
right. You know, I'm blessed.
We're gonna see,
yeah. And it's been 7-8 years, no smoke. But you know, people make mistakes. And this person was younger, so I chucked it up to that. But I'm blessed on other ends.
Tina Hammer said she's gonna need that money with the apology, cousin, because I got some people that will come see you.
Yeah, Marcel, like, what happened if you loan somebody money and they won't pay you back, and then say you loan another family member money, they don't pay you back? Now everybody's owing you money. Now you feel me? I can't even walk around Thanksgiving comfortable, like, bro.
Well, listen,
I can't sit here. You owe me cash. You owe me cash. This your favorite cousin. I don't like you now.
Oh yeah, well, the whole situation was. Were you listening before you came in? The whole situation was, what do you do? How do you show up for a family member that sues you for a money issue? And so that's why he's saying, like if I'm at the barbecue, if I'm at the Thanksgiving, I'm thinking constantly about the situation at hand. Now somehow it morphed into my example did not say anything about they loaned you money. It was a monetary situation, but it wasn't about no loan.
Right. So wait, how did they get the money? What was the money? Because you never said that. I thought it was a loan.
No, y'all just morphed it.
Well, when you leave it to people's imagination, it go. That's
clearly that's
nobody say you don't let nobody write your history.
So if you loan somebody money, like, and they don't pay you back, and they kids have a good Christmas, I'm upset.
Exactly.
I'm upset.
That's what happens.
Now that's when the problem comes. You owe me money and you on the beach
you
somewhere, and I can't even
you
get
like
Now we got a problem.
You owe me in Indonesia. Yeah, you got an issue with
that's
that.
When it's
but remember, guys, this was not a outright loan. This was a monetary issue that resulted in a lawsuit.
That's still money out of my pocket.
That was settled, and then come back to a situation where now we're back in court.
This is a hypothetical, right?
Right, this is a hypothetical.
Because I definitely want to hear if it was real.
But understand that this was hypothetics. This was hypothetics based on reality.
I know. Yes. Wait, we waiting on justice.
If you can't pay it back, don't borrow it. Okay,
that is true.
And some people borrow money from people they know they don't have to pay back.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's true.
And some people borrow money, and I look at them, and I don't even expect it back. That's a piece of my blessing.
That's true.
Yeah, because I know you ain't gonna give it back,
you already know.
And you ain't gonna get no more either.
I don't know about you, Marcel.
So I got a cousin.
You might get a little more.
Kids taking lunch bags. They taking bags for lunch.
I got a cousin who is a distant cousin, but cousin borrowed a few $1,000s. And I wasn't going to tell my parents, and my parents like, you ain't never getting that money back. And I said, well, I kind of figured that. And then like a year later, out the blue, I got a Zelle with all the money.
Wow.
It took a year.
That's because you're blessed.
But I got it back from her. And
now when you live your life a certain way, it comes back to you a certain way.
Now when she asked for it the second time, I was like, I don't know. I ain't going to chance it this time. Yeah.
All right.
We ready. Come on.
All right, we're going there.
They're on the way.
Well, like he said.
Right. So what's going on? If you're not tuned in behind the scenes, trust me, it gets lit in the studio. But it's getting even litter because anytime West Side Finest is in the building, we have a good time. Joining us today on the Brunch Bunch is Rashida Graham Washington, the executive director of the K-Ron Center for the Arts, a visionary leader, speaker, and community builder. Rashida is here to share details on the Black Aura, a weekend of liberation and arts, a powerful cultural event taking place June 28th to 29th on the Great West Side in Chicago's Austin community, with a mission to uplift Black artistry, deepen community connection, and honor the spirit of Juneteenth. Rashida is helping shape a more vibrant, inclusive Chicago through the arts. Let's give a warm brunch welcome to Rashida.
It's so good to have you.
It is so
because
great.
You came representing an artistry.
Every day, all day, twice on Sunday.
I love it. So, Rashida, welcome again. Can you start by telling us about the mission behind the K-Ron Center for the Arts and what fuels your work there?
Yes, the K-Ron Center for the Arts Foundation is a place where we provide sort of a sense of a hub to local artists, specifically from the Austin neighborhood and the greater west side of Chicago, also artists from the south side, which really emphasizes the intersection between arts, civic engagement, and economic development. These are the things we love. These are the things we do.
I love it.
So the Black Aura event is quickly becoming a staple in Chicago's cultural calendar, which we all know and love. What inspired its creation and how has it evolved since the first year?
Yes, and you all had me last year, so thank you so much for bringing me back. This is our second year, and the Black Aura weekend will always rest in between Juneteenth and Independence Day weekend.
Not my Independence Day weekend, right?
I'm starting to wonder more who's Independence,
right?
But that's another show for a different day. It's always the weekend between the two because we are inviting Chicago to ask itself the question of what does it mean to be liberated and how do we use the arts to liberate ourselves, right? So how it has evolved since last year. Last year, I think we had between 70 and 100 people registered. Today, we have 300. So thank you all so much for helping us to spread the word. This year, the Chicago Urban League is a proud sponsor. Hey! And so we're super excited about the partnership with the Chicago Urban League. This year, it's still 2 days of programming, but this year we're doing like a soul, R&B, funk cabaret on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we are doing a gospel concert.
That is super
so
nice. Now, who are some of the people that are going to be there?
Yes. So Marlon Washington, who is an amazing staple in the gospel geography of Chicago, is going to be curating the event on Sunday. Lynn Colbert-Jones, board member of Jazz Institute of Chicago, is one of the super producers for the event on Saturday. Chicago Children's Choir, also known as Uniting Voices, is partnering with us on this event. And we are also honoring 4 members of our community by giving awards for the work they do. Our very own Chicago Poet Laureate, Avery R. Young, is one of the awardees. Anna Garcia Doyle from One Earth Collective is another. Diana Graham, who is a super local, like Austin auntie, because we gotta honor the Austin aunties.
That's right.
Yes.
And so we go for these names that everybody knows, but also these really hardworking folks who have been in the trenches forever. And then Ken Cook, who I refer to as the Austin archivist and photojournalist, is our 4th awardee for the evening on Saturday. Yeah.
Ken is doing some amazing stuff.
Yes, he is.
So why was it important to position this event between Juneteenth and not my Independence Day? And what does that timing symbolize for you in the community?
Yes, I think that for so long we're happy to have a day off. 4th of July is a day off.
Yes.
But I don't believe that in our community we've ever really seen the 4th of July as our Independence
Day.
And now we have Juneteenth, and I think for the last few years we've been really celebrating having a true Independence Day for ourselves, but we haven't really gotten in touch with what does that mean. And so Aura being situated in between not really my Independence Day and what does it mean to have my own Independence Day invites us to use art to answer the question of what it means to be fully liberated. And that's what the weekend is all about.
Because there's a distinction between independence and liberation. And I think we're still striving to get that liberation feeling.
Yeah. I think independence is about a detachment.
Yeah.
A liberation is about an attachment.
There you go.
Right?
I like that.
And so these are the kinds of themes and conversations we get to tee up at the Black Aura.
So how do you see Black Aura and all its regalia expanding or influencing other community-centered arts initiatives in Chicago?
Well, I think it helps other people to look. Our community is incredibly busy. And so what we're doing is we are slowing down the cadence of our work and making space for even those leaders of other organizations to get present to this question of independence and liberation, and to get curious about how does it inform my practice, whether I'm working in housing, whether I'm working in food security, whether I'm working in mass incarceration and recidivism, right? What does freedom and liberation mean for the work I do? And so we want to be the home of organizational leaders to begin to ask themselves those questions, because we all impact one another, and it will inform the way we do our work.
Yes.
I'm glad you said that too, because a lot of times we think that because how we got here and we are still not liberated, so to speak, that's just to us. But there are other cultures that are experiencing the same thing that we don't cross-cultural information seek.
That's
so I'm very happy that you said that.
So Rashida, I love the arts, and we have to, as a community, have more love for it and support it. I love entrepreneurship and economic development. Can you speak to how entrepreneurship and economic development are integrated into Black Aura and your broader program?
Yes, entrepreneurship and economic development. So one, we will have close to 24 local vendors at both days, so that businesses that mirror and reflect our community have an opportunity to be profitable as a result of this weekend experience.
And exposed.
And exposed. All of the media work we've been doing on other news outlets and things, we have literally brought their wares with us and shown them off as part of our own media segment. Some of these smaller entities might not have the resources to do their own PR. So when we expend those resources, we're bringing them along with us and showing off their wares and saying, hey, come to Black Aura and connect with these vendors. But if you don't, these are the vendors. Go find them and make purchases with them anyway, right? We are launching our own high fashion swag line called the Kindred Civic Arts Forum at Aura, where we will be partnering with local artists throughout the city of Chicago to put their art on our products, which creates high visibility in terms of economic development as well.
Well, you hyped it up.
I'm doing
landed. How do people get there?
Yes, they can register for this free weekend event at www.kcachicago.org. They can go to our Instagram page at KCA Chicago and use the link there to register, or they can contact us at info@kcachicago.org.
Listen, don't meet us there, beat us there. Go to kcachicago.org. Get your tickets. Rashida and the K-Ron Center are doing an amazing thing on the west side, the best side, the blessed side. Thank you, Rashida, for joining us on the Brunch. You know what? Your presence should be in the room, so go to kcachicago.org. And I know when we as a community get together, the presence of the Lord is in the room. It's Byron Cage, the presence of the Lord, right here on the Brunch Bunch.
Good segue, Marcel.
Oh, thank you. Let's get some pictures out here.
Hey, Dana. What's up? I'm so glad you landed, Tanya. Happy birthday to you and to Anna. Hello,
congratulations on your clothes.
Yes, you got a big tan.
I do, right?
Yes, you do, right?
Yes, I had a 1390 buyer. I'm so excited to talk about him. Where do you guys want me to sit so I can lift that up? Right here? Okay, perfect. How's everybody doing? Good?
Yeah.
Right.
Somebody else on today?
I came for my clothing. I don't know what he doing. Okay? Because I'm downtown already. I don't know if he's gonna make it. And
They put their mics down.
This NASCAR stuff.
Man,
Speaking of mics being on, it is lit today. Of course, you know it's always our aim to send you back better than you came. And we're going to do just that today because we got more houses for you because Shayna Flanagan is right here giving it to you live. Welcome back, Miss Flanagan.
And behind every great woman is a great man. Let's give it up for attorney Michael Flanagan.
Amen, amen. So listen, we got an open house coming up this Saturday, correct?
This Saturday, we have several. So we have
several.
So we have 1005 South Calhoun. We have one in Woodlawn, 6438 South Woodlawn. Both are 12 to 2. Come on out. If you want to know more, 773-441-5474. Text us. I'm excited to talk about grants, and I'm especially excited because today I closed at 9 a.m. with a 1390 listener. He closed on his single family home, and boy, we are so excited and so happy. He got the best deal ever, and he's just so happy. He was a long time renter, and I mean like 15, 20 years, and he finally purchased his home. So shout out to Mr. George.
And shout out to the Flanagans. Yes, honey.
Yes.
So same deal, grants on the spot, approvals.
Pre-approvals on the spot, grants on the spot. We're both going to be on both locations from 12 to 2. Texas 773-441-5474. The grant starts at $6,000 and it can go all the way up to $10,000. So it's there. If you need help, the grants will help you with your down payment assistance. I was just doing the math for one young lady. For a purchase price of $225, your mortgage can be $1,400. So if you're paying more than $1,400 in rent, you can own a home.
And they need to call you at 773-441-5474. That's 773-441-5474. So now the other side of the Flanagan coin is here.
An attorney.
Flip it. That's right. Flipping houses, flipping out.
Listen, Attorney Flanagan, you're doing some amazing things, helping the listeners who are going through situations that none of us want to go through. That's personal injury, accidents. Let's talk about what's new in the legal world.
Well, it seems like some of my clients want to actually get paid.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
Some of them want to.
But I, one thing that we started a couple of years ago is we allowed our clients to get loans off their cases.
Oh,
right?
wow.
So if you're in a car accident and you can't make ends meet due to your car repairs or because you can't get back and forth to work or because you can't work because you're injured, we work with a third-party loan company that, helps people make ends meet. They might let you borrow $1,000 or $2,000 if it's a fender bender. They might let you borrow $20,000 if you got a broken bone. So, that particular program has been very popular, to say the least. A lot of my clients use those loans in lieu of asking relatives or friends and family for money. They just call Attorney Flanagan and say, Attorney Flanagan, listen, I know my case ain't gonna settle until December, but can I borrow a couple of $1,000? So we send them to a third-party loan company, and we're able to get people some money for the summertime. So
summertime funds. That's what I'm talking about. You guys have a ton of resources. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So during the summertime, speaking of summertime, do you see an uptick in personal injury or is it non-seasonal?
Wintertime, a lot of slip and falls. Summertime, you have these divvies and transportation vehicles with what do you call them? Scooters. Scooters. People riding sidewalks on the scooters. Listen, y'all have to be careful. The main thing is if somebody hits you on a scooter when you're walking, guess what? It's going to be hard to sue that person. So that means that you have to have your own personal insurance policy, a car insurance policy. A lot of people don't know, but your car insurance policy will cover you even while you're a pedestrian.
Wow.
Right?
So if I get hit by a divvy, I can sue
your own car insurance company.
Gotcha.
You can file a claim with your own car insurance company. So, because, our office is in Hyde Park, and I'm always out for lunch and doing things, walking to the bank and so forth and so on, and people are flying by in the divvies on the sidewalks. So they understand. They don't want to be in the street because people are texting and driving and doing different things and distracted. But these divvy drivers, watch out. So that's one thing that's kind of seasonal. Obviously, the other thing, as most of our listeners are well aware, I'm fortunate with this boating stuff. You know, a young lady lost her life this past weekend, and that's been a hot topic on social media. So, you know, just as always, whether you're on the street, whether you're a pedestrian, whether you're in a car, airplane, put your seatbelt on. No matter what you do, just be careful, y'all.
Be careful. But don't start panicking. Just call Flanagan and give the number 6 times now.
I know it's hard, but you got to believe and trust in God and call on the name of Jesus.
That's right.
During those times. Don't panic. 773-789-8529, WindyCityInjury.com. Don't start panicking. Just call Flanagan. WindyCityInjury.com.
Well, you don't got to start panicking. You just got to call Flanagan.
That's right.
You don't got to start panicking. You just got to tune in tomorrow because we're out of time. Shayna and Michael Flanagan, thank you for joining us on the Brunch. In the spirit of the late, great Reverend Clay Evans, no matter what you're going through on this Throwback Thursday, go home tonight, get in your bed, and pull the covers over your shoulders and go to sleep. You know what? He will go on to say, it's going to be all right. Then he's going to say, it's already all right.
It's already all right.
It's already all right. And believers, you're going to be all right. Tamara Fell on the air, I love you.
I love you, Action Jackson.
Believers, we love you. Baby Eminem, we love you too. We get it done Monday through Friday, 12 to 1 right here on the Brunch Bunch. Check us out, brunchbunch1390.com. We out.
Perfect.
That was super fast.
It was. You all want to come back tomorrow? Because
who tomorrow? Who we got tomorrow?
We do have.
You got 2 guests.
You got Frank and then the author.
Right.
That's
Is Frank the one I was with
No,
last week?
we got the author.
He's
right, the first.
That's not his name.
I said the first guest.
No, the guy who we talked about yesterday, whose book is coming.
Oh, Gavin.
Gavin.
Right.
Oh, Frank. Frank Nitty,
Yeah.
When you say Frank, I think my contractor Frank.
Oh.
But yeah.
See you all tomorrow. Listen.
But I mean, we can do 3 if you all want. If you all have time, if you want to come, you can do it because you know, we want you to get the time. But no, I'm just saying.
NASCAR.